Hey everyone, welcome back. I won't be editing much today, so this one's going to be quick. I came across a few clips that show exactly where things are at in the US right now. Yeah, we already know. It's a mess. But sometimes we just need that reality check, especially if you're still on the fence about heading south. This is your reminder to think twice before crossing that border. Let's get into it.
A year ago, May, I looked and I was averaging 20 people on this tour.
And today we had
Five, six. We had six.
the travel industry is bracing for what is shaping up to be a really tough year. They're expecting to lose some $12.5 billion, that's with the B, billion dollars in revenue this year. What's the reason why? Well, international travelers are avoiding the United States. And nowhere is that more apparent than right here in New York City, where they're expecting a 17% drop in international travelers this year. Right now, the United States in some ways is a tough sell.
A tough sell? Come on, man. The US isn't just a tough sell, it's a ticking time bomb. Protests are erupting across the country. The National Guard is being deployed. Marines are on the ground. We're just a few steps away from martial law. This isn't kind of concerning, it's a deal breaker. And that's without even mentioning the outright disrespect that's kept me from crossing that border for a long time now.
What do you think it's going to take to bring back the overseas, the international tourists?
Well, change of attitude toward tariffs.
In this climate, guides like Renee Wawiski, who leads historical walking tours, are now worried about their future.
I'm not sure what we can do. I'm not sure how to change the attitudes, but just know people are losing their jobs in New York City.
What would you say the outlook is?
I'm not sure. In June, I have one tour so far. I'm used to working 3 days a week, 2 tours a day, up until a couple months ago.
Who would visit America now? As a student, as a tourist, as a business person, as someone visiting friends and families, who would go now? Look at LA, look at the sheer chaos of what happens when you've got a president who looks keen to kick off civil war in his own country by sending in the National Guard into a state that isn't asking for it in order to whip up hostilities between ICE and local communities. America looks chaotic. Add on top of that, students being disappeared from the streets and American citizens and foreigners being disappeared from the streets with seemingly no legal process. Is that an environment in which you'd feel safe to go and visit, let alone settle down and live? Then we've had all the stories from the American borders where Canadians, French, Brits, Germans have all been arrested and detained or sent back. And on top of that, you've got all these travel bans coming in, so those countries will feel vulnerable. Anyone who's a minority might well feel vulnerable in this toxic environment. And then add on top of that this notion of J.D. Vance saying, yes, come for the World Cup, but don't overstay or we're going to have to deport you to El Salvador or something like that. And then there's new laws about the government's going to be stricter, and anyone coming in who has criticized Israel is going to be banned from coming in. So
That's a big ass list of everything going wrong in the US. And yeah, I wanted to jump in earlier, but figured I'd let him finish. But seriously, just the fact that there is such a long list, why would anyone still want to go? And that's just what's happening inside the US right now. It doesn't even touch on the disrespect coming from Donald and his 70 million followers, some of whom are more than happy to say go home tourist.
I mean, that makes it impossible for me to go because I've done plenty of videos here criticizing the states and criticizing Israel. What about if I go with the clean phone, as actually some entities in Europe are advising, some businesses are advising, if any of their staff go over, just take a burner phone, a clean phone, because you don't want these border guards raiding your content and sending you back or detaining you. So great, But if they've got a list of names that they don't like, and you're on that list of names, you could be screwed anyway, even if you've got a burner phone. Or if you think you're fine because you haven't done any videos or you haven't done any posts on any of this, but you've just liked a few that are slightly critical of Trump, like that French scientist who was detained, then you're also screwed. So
Yeah, if they ever checked my phone or laptop at the border, I'd be screwed. And I'm guessing a lot of viewers here probably feel the same. Now, most of you watching this are already on the same page. But if you know someone who's still planning a vacation to the US, maybe send them this video. It might help them rethink things. That's it for today. If you found this helpful, a quick like and subscribe goes a long way. I've got to head out, but I'll catch everyone in the next one. Enjoy your day, everyone.